Recently, all I want to do is talk, and I'm not even very good at talking. Maybe because I have been so silent for my whole life that now I just want to express everything that I never expressed growing up. I'm making up for lost time. My goal for today is to just talk and get this in one shot. Because really, I don't have an agenda. I don't have, like I posted before, I'm not trying to make great videos. I'm not trying to become a good speaker. I'm not trying to even give off, I'm not trying to give a lot of information or teach anything. I really just want this exercise to be a practice of being myself. So even if this video sucks, even if it's awkward or I say the wrong thing or it turns out being very imperfect, but it's okay. My goal is to just get it all out in one take because being myself only takes one take. There's no mistakes when you're trying to be yourself, if that's your goal. If that's your purpose, if your purpose is to be yourself, then you can't really go wrong no matter which way you go about it, right? So that's my goal. My goal is just to speak because I want to speak and to just say whatever I want to say, whatever's on my mind, whatever I'm thinking about. That's the only goal I have for this video. So there's one thing that I was thinking about all morning, and that is we live in very interesting times. I could not stop thinking about the fact that we live in extremely interesting times. We live in a time that is completely different than the time that I grew up in. It's like a recent thing where everything started to feel very different. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of information out there. There is a ton of information and content out there, an overwhelming amount of information. I think everyone is trying to get at the truth. The truth. This is a topic that everyone is interested in recently, is getting at the truth of things. People say, oh, there's a lot of misinformation, there's a lot of myths, there's a lot of wrong knowledge out there, and every single person is trying to get at the truth. At least from what I'm aware of. Everyone is wanting to know what is actually happening. Nobody wants to be lied to. I don't think anyone wants to be deceived. Everyone wants to know the truth. But the funny thing is, there is so much information out there because of technology these days. It blows up all the information. You have it all at your fingertips. You have everything you could ever want to know at your fingertips. And not only that, but each subject that you want to know about has billions of different interpretations. Because there are billions of different people existing on this planet, and there are billions of different minds existing on this planet. Now, each person is going to take what they believe is the truth, and they're going to see it from their own lens. They're going to interpret that truth based on their life experiences. They are going to seek out the truth that they are drawn to based on their personality type, based on what they've been through, based on what they know. This is the best that anyone is able to do. For example, myself, I am a certain personality type, and I will seek out information that I am drawn to, and when I seek out that information, I will see it through the lens that I see the world in. So essentially, there are billions of so-called truths. There are no two truths that are the same because every single mind is different. Now, when you take that into account, things can get very confusing to know what the truth is. Because there are articles, there are evidences presented, there are so many different interpretations. Now, which one is the right truth? Everyone will say, my truth is the right truth. Everyone is just focused on their own truth being the bottom line truth. But who's right? Out of the billions of different mindsets, who's right? Who's truly right? Who's 100% right? Nobody knows. Will anybody ever truly know? I don't think so. Everyone can just remain open and keep learning and try to discover more of the truth, but it is very hard to discover what is the actual truth of anything. Another layer that makes it more difficult to discern the truth is that people are good at covering the truth at the same time. When the truth is ugly, people are very good at disguising it. They are very skilled in disguising it. They can be very manipulative. And so sometimes what you think is very good, and maybe even a person out in the public eye that you think is very good may not necessarily be good, even if their actions make it look like they're a very good person. But you can never truly know until you are that person and you are in that person's mind, because what they show you and what they do in public is what they want you to see. That's their persona. That's what they want you to think of them as. So if they're nice and courteous and polite and outstanding, amazing, doing a lot of these things, but it's in public, do you really know what's in their heart? Do you really know what's in their mind? It's very hard to discern because some people are just so good at disguising things. So it's very hard all around to ever know what is the exact truth. I don't even know if any of this makes sense because I'm not giving hard examples, like straight up examples of what I'm talking about, but the general thought is that it is very hard to get to any truth of any matter. Just because there's so much information out there, all claiming to be the truth, so many interpretations, and at the same time, there are people that are covering up the truth. So in my own life, I've caught myself falling into people's traps before, where some things look really shiny, really attractive, looks like certain people are doing really good things, but it turned out in the end not to be the case. I had been fooled before, as I have mentioned in some of my posts, because like I said, people are good at putting out what they want you to see. They're good at putting out a good image of themselves, and people who want to seek out a leader can often get tricked. So I've been put in that situation before where I've gotten tricked by people who seem to be out for the betterment of humanity. But later on I realized that, that was not true. I found out another layer of what I believed to be the truth. And I used to be hard on myself if I got caught in these traps. But the thing is, everyone is doing the best they can with the information that they have.